Y'all know I do my favorite dance every time I come on live. Hi, everybody. Hey, Facebook. How are you? We are live on the Art of Transparency talk show page. So, for those in my waiting room, you can share it out. Share it out. Those of you watching, share it out. Click like and click share. Tonight, I am your host as always. I am Makita Moore. I am the CEO of The Invisible Daughter LLC, and I am also the host of the Art of Transparency talk show. So tonight, I got a special show for us because we are doing our very first virtual launch, right? Um, we have a book that dropped. It is me and 8 other authors, so it's 9 of us. Yay! All different backgrounds, all different, I guess, employment opportunities or employments. I can't even think of the word right now. But we are from all over the place, right? And the book is called, let me find it. I'm new to this one, y'all, so y'all gotta bear with me. There it is. The protector, the provider, my husband, my king. I'll wait. So when I first thought about this book, it was really, I wanted the single women, right? All of the single women to come on and tell their story about waiting for a husband. But then I figured or found out that women that have been divorced, they are still in the waiting process. And women that are married are in some type of waiting process. And then there are, of course, the single women. So there is a process, even once you're married, even once you are in that relationship, there was or is a waiting process. So 8 women and I got together and we wrote this book. And when I tell you it is phenomenal, it is phenomenal. So each one of the authors will introduce themselves and tell you the name of the chapter of their book, and then we'll have a conversation. So join in, click like, click share, 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 share. I may even do a giveaway. Don't know yet, but I usually give something away. I'll give a book away. How about that? Click share. You have to share it in order to be in it, right? So click share. So my first author that I'm going to introduce or allow to introduce herself, and yes, we are all women. So the first author I'm going to allow to introduce herself is, let me tell you, I got to tell you how I met each one of them first. So her name is Marlena Little. She is chapter 2 in the book. I'm chapter 1, by the way. So she's chapter 2 in the book. She is also a single lady. So you got the single ladies, then divorced, and then the married ladies. They close us out in the book. So she's a single lady like myself. And I met her at work the same day she was leaving us. But it was amazing. And we have just kind of been stuck together like glue since then. Amazing woman of God. So Marlena, let me find her. I'm new to this stream, but I like it so much better. So, hi.
Hi, honey.
This StreamYard stuff is so new to me. So I am going to allow you to introduce yourself and then tell us the chapter name of your the name of your chapter. I'm like the chapter name of your book. No, it's the name of your chapter. And tell us anything that you want us to know.
So thank you for that introduction. We did meet the day I was leaving. I was like, oh my gosh. All things work together. I am a woman, of course. I'm a mother. I am an advocate. I'm an educator. I'm a writer. But I am also a wife in waiting. One of the roles that I have always wanted to be. And this journey and process has definitely been something I didn't plan. So my chapter is called God's Plan because it is not my plan. I heard a word from God some years ago, and it's become my mantra. It is a sentence that I just kind of say to myself, plans are the vehicle of disappointment. They are the antithesis of faith and the perception that you or I have control. And that's led me throughout all of this because my plan was to be married by 25 after college. And yeah, I'm about 13 years later. So yeah, I'm super excited to be a part of such a glorious group of women who are at every stage of the process. And I'm thankful to Ms. Moore for extending the offer to be able to share a part of my story because there's a lot. I mean, people see this and then they think that I have not been in some of the low places that many people have. And so thank you again. Once again, it's a chapter that I'm revealing my soul. I'm for the first time revealing a lot of challenges that I've been through, a lot of toxic relationships that have left me broken, bruised, yet transformed. So yeah, that's me. And I'm super excited to join the conversation.
Oh, so of course I had to read the chapters first to even put them in a book, right? And when I read your chapter, I was like, oh my gosh, no way. Because we met right at the end, of course, we don't know a lot about each other, but I just knew you was an amazing person to be around. And then at the time, our boss was like, she is great. I love her. So, you know, when she loves somebody, it's like, yeah, they are really good people. So I want to thank you. I want to thank you for joining the book. It's been a great process working with you. I'm sure this is not the last time, so I'll, you know.
Sure. So just stuff for me.
Yeah. I'm okay with that. I'm okay. Good. So I'll bring you back in just a short while.
All right.
So guys, that was Marlena Little. She is a chapter 2. And for chapter 3, we have another one of my sisters, right? Her and I met on LinkedIn, honey, in 2018. I'll never forget it. She was on the 2019 The Art of Transparency tour. She was an amazing speaker. She did not join us for 2020. However, she's opened a restaurant. She got all kinds of great things happening, right? So I adore her so much because she is so real. You want to know the truth? Ask her. She'll tell you. So I'm going to bring to you my sister, Ada, and she's going to introduce herself and tell you about her chapter in the book. I'll be back. Hey, girl. We can't hear you. What you do?
Okay, I know I was still on mute. I said, what an amazing introduction. Thank you, my sister.
Yes,
Love you to life. Hey, guys, thank you so much for tuning in with us wonderful 9 women of God that is here to give you our stories, a little bit about me. My name is Ada Rawlings. I am a divorced woman. Not too proud to always brag about that and say that. Just fortunately, not unfortunately, things happened great in his life and things great happened in my life that moved us in 2 completely directions. My chapter in the book is titled The Prophet's Wife. Whew, it took me a minute to name it The Prophet's Wife. I didn't know what the name of it was going to be. It took me writing it first, everything what I felt and what I said. And then as I went back and after speaking with Makita and a couple of the other young ladies here on this platform, they're like, wait a minute, you just said the name of what your book is. Again, one of the other reasons I named it The Prophet's Wife is because I've been told over the course of years in my life that I write in the prophetic. I didn't know that. Still kind of not really understanding that, but I just write. And sometimes I could write to manifest things or prophesy over my own life or people that are close to me. I have a tendency to be quiet a lot, even though, yes, I will tell you the truth if you just ask me, but I do not just come up to people and just start talking. Even in relationships, now I don't talk as much. Definitely hit on some heavy hitters in the book about how I used to be. versus how I am now. And it took my divorce to mold me into the woman that I am today. With a lot of other things that's going on about me, I'm a chef. Yes, owned 2 restaurants here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Now I have a great, amazing catering business called Ada Eats Kosher Style Catering. So I just love to feed the people and heal them at the same time. With healing them with my food, through my voice, through the word of God. And husband, if you're out there watching, all I want to tell you is I will heal you through my food, through the love, through the spirit of God, through fasting, through praying. Baby, I'm right here. I'm right here just waiting on you patiently.
I think it's that patience part that I got all messed up. But okay, we ain't gonna go there. We'll
ain't
have that conversation later. Thank you, my love. Thank you.
Thank you.
I read your chapter too, of course. And I was like, yep, and she don't know what to name it. Oh, okay. Yeah, we gonna fix that. So it was a very interesting chapter, and I really knew it needed to go where it needed to go. There was no question about what chapter was which. This book came together by itself. I promise you it did. So I thank you, my sister, and you'll be right back.
All right.
So this next author, oh my goodness. I don't even know how we met, right? Like, but the day that we met, because that's all I can remember, we just clicked. So she does this banana pudding cookie thing. Oh my God. I think I tried to eat the whole thing in one day. And it comes like it's nice. It's not like, in a cup. It's nice. And I tried to eat the whole thing in one day. It is so good. I am a banana pudding fan, but I don't like bananas in my banana pudding. Okay, that's a different story. Okay, it's kind of just, and she made it just the way I needed it to be made. So I absolutely love her. But again, we met, I want to say, over Facebook, and we have just clicked since then. And we worked together on her project. So her and I collaborated, and she had 33 authors. Yeah, I was pulling my hair out with 9. So I hat off to you because 33, that's a lot. But that book is called You Can, and I'm sure she'll tell you a little bit more about it. But her name is Nina Motivates. Hey girl.
Hey girl.
I'll be getting another banana. Yeah. But I gotta
Whenever
pace
you
myself.
ready.
That's the problem. I don't know how to pace myself. Oh my goodness. It's no bananas and it
That's
tastes
a good problem to have,
amazing.
I think.
So tell us who
Thank
you
you.
are and tell us about your chapter in the book.
Hey everybody, I am Nina. I go by Nina Motivates, and I do just that. I motivate. I tell people I'm the queen of motivation. I can motivate you to create some socks if you ain't ever sewn a sock or sewn anything together. But more importantly, I am a child of God. I'm a youth pastor over at Behold Christian Center, where Apostle Benson Hill is my lovely pastor. I am I just said woman of God. I'm an author, a publisher. I am a youth worker. I'm a homeschool teacher. I work at a daycare too. Y'all, I'm known as the extreme entrepreneur because I do just that, literally. I'm a Christian comedian. I do comedic motivation because I like to motivate you, but I like to make you laugh too, because if we don't laugh, listen, laughing literally is medicine. It's in the word of God. If you don't believe me, go look for it. And so I'm a ball of everything. I'm also a baker. Bake some of the best baked goods on this side of heaven. Butter cookie heaven is what we like to say. It's Nina Boo Sweets, where I do everything butter cookie based. And now I'm becoming the pound cake queen, I guess. So anyway, the title of my chapter is Work While I Wait. And I had to do just that. I have been a wife in waiting for going on a decade, y'all. 2010, I decided to start my life over and do things God's way, not my way. And so, the last 6 months, as of this coming Saturday, I have been dating. So We'll see. But at the same time, I had to do a lot of work to get to where I am today, because without the work, I still be literally waiting for a very long time. Because, honey, I had some work to do. We're going to just say that.
You know, it's funny you say that because I'm still working. Okay.
Listen. And even when you get in a relationship, honey, you still going to work, because that's when you're going to find out the things that you didn't work on that you need to work on.
Yeah, I read that in the book in somebody's chapter, and I was like, "What?" But we're not gonna go there yet. We're not gonna go there yet.
What's that saying?
Yes, thank you, sis. I'll be right back. What is that on? That's on somebody's something. I don't know what TV show that is, but should be right back, yeah. Right back. So the next chapter is another sister. She is not present tonight. She had to work, so she's not here. But Tiffany Jasper is also in the book, and she is chapter 5. She does all kinds of like assistant stuff, so editing, resumes. She is like really great with wording because she's done so many of my bios, so many projects that I had to write something because those words just don't come together well sometimes. And I wanted to be correct because I talk like I write like I talk, so I can write books, but yeah. So she's not with us tonight. However, chapter 6, she is with us, and her and I met through my BFF. I want to say my BFF and I have been friends, a good 20 plus years. We met very young, and we kind of in our older age. But anyway, we ain't old, we just seasoned. Her and I have worked together on another project once before. I'm trying to get her to be my PR manager, but she's like, I got other stuff to do. No, she's not. I'm just. But her name, and it's changed, and I'll let her tell you about that. But her name is Manisha. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much, sister, queen. I just have to thank God for, first and foremost, for this opportunity to collaborate with, the most amazing women. Some of you all I've met, some of them I haven't met yet, but we're here today. So we're finally meeting each other today online. My name is Manisha Holiday. I am a publicist here in Atlanta, Georgia. My company name is the Holiday Firm LLC, which is also an event planning company. I am a new author. This is my first co-author book. I will be releasing a memoir of my personal life October 20th for my 40th birthday, which is less than about 45 to 50 days. So I'm very excited about this project, this opportunity, and then also the project that I'm releasing shortly after this. I have worked in the entertainment industry. I have worked with authors in public relations. So it was very different for me to start writing and telling my own story because I'm so used to helping other people tell their story. So this is a little bit different for me, but I'm very, very excited. It's a lot of things that I have gone through over my lifetime in my journey to 40, including being married before, getting a divorce, and now I'm married again. I married the gift that God gave me in June of last year, 2019. And before we were married, it was very important to me that I found myself and who I was as a woman and loved myself first and foremost because I have made mistakes before in my life, in my past marriage and past relationships with my children's father, doing the things that I wanted to do, that my flesh was telling me to do, that my heart was telling me to do, and I did not seek God. What makes things different for me in this marriage is that I turned it over to the Lord because I battled. I battled so many things relationship wise, and I never talked to God about the man that I should have been with, should have had children with, married, and making my decision in marrying my husband today, Andre. I really prayed. I really worked on myself to heal my heart from past relationships and really learned how to, be a good person, treat myself well. I became a personal development coach in 2017, December 2017. That was part of my journey of developing myself and learning who I was as a Black woman, as a mother, and then also as a friend. So I have worked with many people in the industry. A couple that I will name is Selena Johnson, and also Selena Johnson, she's an artist from Chicago, R&B singer, soul singer, and also she was one of the talk show hosts of Sister Circle in Atlanta, Georgia. Also, I've worked with Lisa Nicole Cloud from Bravo to Medicine, and during this time, I was the public relations director at Atlanta Magazine. So I have had my share of working in the industry. I have learned how to be a successful publicist and how to be successful in helping others grow in their brand and things that they heart desired and their purpose for their life. So again, thank you for this opportunity, Marquita, and I'm excited. I'm really excited today. As I said, this is the first book. This has been a great year for me despite of the pandemic that we're in. I can say that the pandemic has not touched me or my household. God has been with me and my family during this journey. The pandemic have gave me time to be able to write this book, this chapter. God's gift is the name of my chapter, and that gift was my husband. So I spent a lot of time in this pandemic writing not just this book, but my own personal book. And I thank God for that because I learned a lot of things about myself and also how to help inspire others and serve others with my story and my purpose and gift that God has blessed me with.
Hey, girl, I love it. I absolutely love it.
Thank
I
you.
am looking forward to reading that book too, because your chapter is also a chapter that inspired me. I can honestly say I did not come across a bad chapter. Like I did, and it was
Awesome.
not a lot of edits. It was not a lot of things happening. So I am
Awesome.
absolutely grateful for you.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
thank you
And
so
one
very.
more thing, I just want to say the difference between the two marriages is that like I said, I did not seek God. And when I did seek God, God blessed me with a man that loved him the way I loved him, that
That's
cherished him
important.
the way that I cherished him. And that's what was different from every other relationship. My first marriage, my children's father, you get with men and then they know that you love the Lord so much,
Hmm.
and that's what they use to get close to
Absolutely.
you. And that has happened to me time and time again, where I give someone a chance and they know how much I love God and they say they love God too. They've been raised in the church,
Hmm.
all of these
Hmm.
stories, and then 2 months go by and they won't even come and sit in church with you. So this was just completely different. I knew that this was a blessing from God, because this is everything that I prayed for. Someone that loved him exactly the way I loved him, so that when we do have hard times, we both know how to turn
How
to
to
God
get
and let
through it.
him pick us back
Hmm.
up. So you can read more about that in my chapter of the book.
Yay! So she'll be right back, guys. Um, so the next chapter, chapter 7, is Marquita Rogers. She is not with us either. She had to work. She is one of our essential workers. So she's at work as well. But chapter 8, we have Tamika L. Johnson. Her and I met over Facebook as well. Facebook is amazing when you use it the way it's supposed to be used. I've never had issues on Facebook. Like No. So when you use it the way that it's supposed to be used, God will guide you to people, great people. So he has guided me to some amazing women, and she is one of them. So here is Tamika. Hey.
Hello, hello, hello. We actually met on my organization's page. I have an organization called Women Leaving the Club and Returning Home. And I also have a book entitled the same one. It's a 31 daily devotional entitled the same way, entitled the same thing. And the purpose of that group is to get women on a like-mindedness in Christ. So it's to get women who are women who have been distracted by so many things in the world to get us back focused on God. And I think about women, ladies in waiting. That's why I wanted to be a part of this project, because I know when I was a lady in waiting, it took for me to put my focus on God and not my focus so much on being married. Even though I desired to be married, that became my ultimate focus. And focusing so much on being married, you kind of step out the will of God. And so my chapter is entitled Sleeping Alone. And when you think about sleeping alone, the first thing that comes to mind is an intimate relationship with a man, but my sleeping alone is twofold. For me, it means, sleeping in my bed alone, meaning waiting for God to send someone to be intimate with, and then being able to sleep by yourself and to spend time with yourself. And what I found out is I'm a minister. Let me introduce Tamika Johnson. I'm a minister. I'm my co-pastor, New Outlook Ministry in Milwaukee, located in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm also an English teacher at Nova High School, located in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I recently launched my life coaching business, Grow Up Empowerment Life Coaching, located in Germantown, Wisconsin. The same week that we launched, or we had our pre-sale for the protector, the provider, my husband, my king, I'll wait. I also launched my my book, Grow Up on Purpose, because I'm a firm believer in knowing their purpose. And knowing your purpose, you have to focus on God. And so to go back to the book, my part in the book with sleeping alone, I had to first be able to identify what was my purpose, what is my calling, what is God calling me to do. In order for me to be a wife for somebody, I first have to know who I am. And so Women Leaving the Club, Grow Up on Purpose, all of my life coaching business, all of it ties into knowing yourself, becoming one with your own thoughts, eradicating negative thinking, eradicating thinking that moves you or shift you away from your purpose and shift you away from the things that God has called you to do. So when you read my chapter, Sleeping Alone, not only do I go over learning to spend time alone, learning to date myself, being okay with sleeping in my bed alone, because we have to learn to sleep alone. We have to learn to be by ourselves and allow God to, allow our Boazes to find us. And one thing that I found, that even after I got married, I find myself waiting. And see, some people think that, that's why we have a lot of divorces in the church. We have a lot of divorces throughout the United States, throughout the world, because we have in our mind this picture idea of what our lives are going to be like once we get married. But boy, when you get married, that's when the real work comes in. That's when you have to surrender everything to God, everything you thought marriage was, everything you thought you wanted your spouse to be. When you come to find out that the marriage is all about a selfless act, two people coming together, learning how not to be selfless, and also allowing God to do the pruning. One thing, my husband and I are in the trial right now, but we have to allow God to do the pruning, allowing God to direct our path. So God has showed me what my marriage will be. And so in the midst of God showing that, he's correcting us, he's pruning us, he's cleansing us, he's transforming us. So my chapter is really about focusing on yourself while you wait. Focusing on yourself while you wait. And that doesn't mean that once you get married that there won't be more work to do, but you will have a sense of security, a sense of who you are. And it will make the struggles, or it will help you to persevere in your marriage. It would allow you to long suffer in your marriage, because you'll ultimately know that your marriage is your ministry. And we know that in ministry, you have ups, you have downs. Sometimes you have to separate for a while and always take it back to God. So that's what my chapter is all about. My whole life, growing up on purpose, grow up empowerment, my life coaching business, is all about getting one to focus on what it is that God has us predestined for us, and eradicating those negative thinking. Not even just negative, those that eradicating our thinking that we had, marriage is supposed to be blissful, and yes, it is supposed to be that, but it's work to do. And so long suffering. So my chapter is about sleeping alone, getting to know yourself, getting to know your spouse, and most of all, getting to know God. And so I really thank Makita for this opportunity to partner with like-minded women, because like me, we wear a lot of hats. And so I'm a firm believer in dying empty. Everything that God placed in us to birth, we are to birth it on purpose. So
On purpose.
So read the chapter. It'll be interesting.
I honestly believe that every single chapter gives you something. Whether you're divorced, single, married, I believe every chapter gives you something. No, I'm not saying it because I am the motivator of the book. It's real. Because you all have given me like, okay, I can stick this out just a little bit longer. I can stick this singleness out just a little bit longer and not give up. So I really believe that there is something for each and every single or wife in waiting. Even if you are married, divorced, like I said, it's something for all of us in this book.
And from a man's perspective, my husband actually read the book before me, and from his perspective, he was like, wow. He said, wait a minute. And it was so crazy that he was like, we really don't think about what we put women through. And he's like, I read so many of women's chapters, and I was like, all the struggles they endured, but we played a part in that. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
So even men can grab the book, and y'all can get into the minds of these beautiful, faith-filled women who wait for the right man to, gently lead and guide them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We some tough women, but we want to be led. But you just can't lead us any kind of way.
No.
You have to be purpose-driven.
So I'll bring her back in a few minutes. Let me get to this last but not least author. And I promise y'all, I meet so many people. Nope, I do know where I met her. I was going to say, I think I met her on Facebook too, but nope, it was at an event. One of our mutual friends had an event maybe 2 or 3 years ago. And we met at the event. She was an amazing woman then. She dealt with a lot, well, she still does, a lot of financial stuff. And I was asking questions. I was like, look, honey, because I need all the help. So that's how we kind of met and, kind of stuck together since then. So her name is Latanya. And like I said, she's just been a great person to know. So when she actually said she wanted to be a part of the book, I was like, no way. You want to write? So, hey, girl.
Hey. Yes. Thank you for letting me be a part of the book, because you did turn me down the first time because you said I was married.
Yeah, I was like, no, you're married. She was one of the people that was like, no, married women need to talk too.
Yes.
Like, you're absolutely right. They do. So thank you. So tell us who you are and what's your chapter.
Okay, I'm Latanya Willette. I am a financial coach. I deal with financial empowerment and wealth building, legacies, and things of that nature for families. I'm a mother, a wife, an entrepreneur. I'm helping my son with his business as well, because I really do deeply believe in entrepreneurship. I am not against jobs. I just really believe in entrepreneurship, because you have to have your own. You have to own something of your own. I am an evangelist. I am a speaker. Myself and my son, we go around, we speak to children and teach them about wealth building. We teach them about owning their own business and opening up their minds, their brains to the different avenues that's really out there for them as well. So now I'm an author because I co-authored this book, this wonderful book, because I really wanted to let people know the good part of marriage. I had came across so many women who were about to get married or that were waiting to be married, and they would always talk to other married women, and because they were having a hard time or a bad issue with their spouse, would just dampen it and say, oh, you shouldn't get married, you should wait. They had so many negative things. And I'm like, okay, I don't have negative things to say. It's not perfect. There's always going to be some ups and downs. Nobody's perfect, but it's still some good things there. And also tell them why it's bad. It may be the man that's bad. It may be you that's bad. It may be that you didn't wait. And like the lady said, find out who you are with God, within God. Find out your things. It's not always the man sometimes. And then it's not always you sometimes. Maybe you didn't wait for who God wanted you to be with. Because in the Bible, it says a man finds a wife. He finds a good thing and obtains favor with the Lord. It doesn't say that the woman is supposed to go find a husband. See, it says the man's supposed to find you. And you're supposed to be about your business when he find you, right? Okay. And so my husband and I, we have been married. This September will be 25 years. He's calling me now. It will be 25 years. And we've been together 27 years. So we got married on our 2nd year anniversary. And we've really been on our honeymoon the whole time. And it's because we are so open and honest with each other and naked with each other. And you'll see that in the book as well, how I told him I'm a person that I don't want to go through things. I can see what other people go through and learn from them. So I learned a lot from watching other people. And so I told him from the day one when we first met, not even knowing he was going to be my husband, just a boyfriend or whatever, you got to be honest with me. And I'm going to be honest with you. It could be brutally honest. It doesn't matter. I'd rather be honest. When you think about it, a lot of relationships end because of infidelity or whatever happened or whatever. It's because of the lies that transpired to cover that stuff up. And once you tell one lie, you have to keep telling another lie. So sometimes the actual injury is not even as bad as all the extra stuff that went along with it, all the salt that was poured into the wound. And so I just want women to understand that you have to be open and honest because you cleave to each other and become one flesh. How can you not be honest with yourself, baby? How can you not be honest with yourself? And then you got to work. Yes, it is some work. And you working together for a common goal. And it's just a lot of things that go along with that. And that's what I wanted people to see, that there is a happy side to it. You got to work for it, but it can be so happy. You can have so much joy that passes all understanding. If you just keep your hand in God's hand and keep on working together and cleaving to each other, it can be good. It doesn't always have to be bad.
I can't wait, but I think I can. But I promise you, I feel like sometimes I'm on the teeter-totter. And sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I can't do this single thing. And then sometimes I'm like, no, I can give it another year or two before
When you least expect it, when you're not thinking about it, that's when it comes. Because originally, because my mother was so strong, and even though my father was there, and they also say women always find the man that is like their father, because my husband is like my father. He loves me to pieces. He's quiet. I'm the one in the front ground. He's in the background. That's where it was with my mother and father. So I felt like, okay, I'm going to be a strong Black woman. I'm going to be a nurse. I'm going to have a little maintenance man come over and do a little maintenance for me and be about my business. I ain't getting married. My sister was the one who wanted to be married, who was the homely one that wanted to cook and wanted to do all that. I know how to cook, but I want about all that. But I'm the one that ended up married.
Wow.
And it was when I least expected it. I just came out the blue. Here he is. There you go. Sometimes I sing that Deborah Cox song to him. How did you get here? Nobody was here.
I'm sure we all sing that song. So I will bring all the authors back. Any questions that you have for us, you can put them in the comment section. We will answer your questions. In the meantime, in between time, we're going to have just some candid conversations. Stay tuned. Stay with us. We ain't going nowhere. I'm going to bring all the authors back. Y'all know I'm new. I'm new to this. I'm new.
You doing?
Hey, let me tell you how I love StreamYard much better than Zoom. So I'm okay with that.
It's one missing. One is missing. Manisha's missing.
Yes, I don't know. You know, technical stuff happens, so she'll be back. She'll be back. So guys, overall, I know that some of you all have not read the book because they just came today on September the 1st because they knew we was launching today, so they came today. So I have the books. Yay! So overall, what are you guys expecting from the book? Like, what are your feelings about the book?
I'll go. I actually wasn't expecting to be to feel such relief. I really was in a space of like, I'm not supposed to do this. Ain't nobody finna know what, I've been through. And it took me a minute. Like I literally was sitting like, I can't do this. And then one night I'm just like, you know what? I have to. So I'm expecting just to be in a space of being light, for actually receiving this man, because honestly, I should not have received him having carried all of this. So that is something I'm really expecting, and not, in a space of like, well, he coming, but knowing that he is coming because I've done the work. I've released the burdens. I've released some of the shame of being a domestic violence survivor. Like I have never really said that. But like goodness. But I'm really excited to read the rest of the chapters to also be informed, because I'm where I am within my journey, but I have a lot to learn. And so I was listening to the last young lady, and she talked about marriage being blissful, and that's not something I hear as a single woman. So I'm really excited to learn a lot about what that new role looks like and be able to learn from other women. So yeah, I'm just thankful. And so hearing all of this, I wish we had an opportunity to be in person to feed off each other's energy, but I'm excited.
Yes.
Oh, COVID. Like, go somewhere and sit down. Leave your hand or wherever you are.
Yes.
And it's interesting you said that, feeding off of each other's energy, because I've been back here like, I'm on mute because I'm like, oh, I'm connecting with
I was saying the same thing.
Like, and I cannot wait to read everybody's chapters, because you like, each one of us have gone through our own different things, and we absolutely will be able to learn. I got my highlighter ready. I'm going to see what I can learn, because like I said, I'm kind of in that middle stage. I'm dating, like 6 months. I'm like, okay, but remember, I had been a lady in waiting for 9 years. I have a group on Facebook called Lady in Waiting. I have been the poster child for single women of God. So, okay, what's going on in my life, and things like that. So just looking at the title of this book, my God, protector, provider, husband, king. These are serious titles. So if you don't come in my life and this is what I'm going to call you, there's some things that I have to do, but then I have to have a certain expectation of you. I ain't talking about you got to be 5'9" and building. I ain't talking about that.
Right.
But title, because this is the title God gives men. And so as a woman, I talk in my chapter, I put a little tidbit in there about spending 14 hours in a jail cell for a man. So, we all have gone through, but at the same time, I can't wait to see that not only I have a testimony, but look at how we are all just that we're testimonies for other women, whether you single, dating, or married. We are all testimonies for somebody else.
I love it.
Definitely. I love it. I love that gem you just dropped, because, and I'm sorry, I forgot your name already. The one that just spoke before you. That's okay. Well, sister.
Latanya.
I love the gem that you just dropped as far as being a survivor of domestic violence. I congratulate you for having that strength to lead. So definitely give you a hand clap. Definitely. The very first book that I had wrote, I definitely touched on it, because I too stand with you as being a survivor of domestic violence. A lot of people don't know that about me. My mother never knew. I never talked about it until the day he almost took my life and almost took his. But I'm just so grateful to God that I came out. And now today with my dating life, I have been seeing this one gentleman, and we had a very, very deep conversation today because he told me some things about me. And sometimes it takes for a man to look at something in you that you're not even aware of. And I've been actually too quiet is also what he told me. He said, you don't speak up for yourself. You don't say what you're supposed to say at the time I need you to say it. He said, I'm going to tell you everything. So I had to sit back like, I must still be in a healing stage because I don't want to be that boastful woman that continue to say everything that's on her mind.
Right.
Like, am I afraid of getting hit again? Or am I afraid of him saying something to me that's verbally abusive? So I stay quiet. And sometimes I also think that I stay quiet because sometimes I don't release what I want to say because I feel like God hasn't released me to say it. And that comes with even operating in the office of a prophet, that sometimes you can't just go around speaking and talking too much and just saying stuff and saying it because you know the gift that you hold. Sometimes you got to close your mouth, and it don't be me that be closing my mouth. It be like it just don't come out. And I be like, God is keeping me on hush for a reason. And I'll understand that reason during my waiting process. Until he revealed to me. But I'm glad I have met you women. I've been on y'all pages.
Like, we always.
And Tamika,
a dog, like you had mentioned with your guy friend that he was able to let you know some things about yourself. And I think that we failed to do in our marriage. My husband and I, we had to get to a point where we even say, even now, that we are okay with evolving. Like, I don't have to be the same person you met or the same person you married. Certain things will remain the same, but we're evolving. You know, when we met, I was a 27-year-old school teacher. Entrepreneurship was never on my radar. It's like, I got a college degree, a master's degree. I'm going to be a teacher. I'm going to retire into education. And he was the entrepreneur, and he was starting to bid. I'm like, there ain't no money in that, you know. But then the Lord began to grow partnership. And so now in my mind, now everybody looking like she's doing everything he used to do, write books and write this and do this. But the thing about it is I had to allow myself to evolve. And he had to allow me to allow God to do the transformation and not him try to transform me. And so I think marriage for me has been about sacrifice. Like we're both like strong-willed people. And I kid you not, if the Holy Spirit wasn't mediating this marriage, I don't know how we could be still married. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we do have to. That's one thing. That's why you don't want to be anxious in getting a spouse, because you want someone that the Lord leads to. Because when you have a husband and a wife that loves the Lord separate, like I don't have to beg you to go to church, or I don't have to beg you to read your Bible, or I don't have, you know what I'm saying? So that's a different type of marriage when you love the Lord on your own. And when the marriage is being strained and the Lord say, Tamika, don't say nothing. You right, but you talk too much. Be quiet. It ain't me being quiet because I can say a million things.
Yes.
It's the Holy Ghost, and it's because I love the Holy Ghost. And he's telling me to be quiet. And even with my husband, it's the Holy Ghost that come back and say, you know what, dude, when we was arguing, I was out of order. You know what I'm saying? And so in that process, we learn to know what ticks me off, what ticks you off. What helps you grow helps me grow. And then we learn, August 13 made 14 years, and we still in the middle of a trial. What we learned, though, as long as we got that threefold cord, me and the Holy Ghost,
there you go.
You win it.
It's not gonna be like easy like people think, but guess what? It's gonna be worth it. And y'all gonna be friends. Like anybody can try to come against us, you can't do it. Like you could have did it in the beginning, but now it's like, yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
The other part is that you're not only marrying him, you're marrying his family. You're marrying everybody that's connected to him. So it's not only just where people may think it's an attitude problem on either end, infidelity on either end. No, you got some families and some soul ties and some different things that you're coming into, that you're walking into. And so you have to be prayed up. You have to be on one accord
before your
with
wife
one another.
type stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you have to, there's some things that the enemy will put up against you with different family members, with different environments, just different things altogether. And so if you're not cleaving to one another and have God in the middle of what's going on with you all, then it's not going to work out. You got to be able, that's why I say you have to be spiritually and physically naked with one another. You have to know that we are cleaving to one another. We are one flesh. You are me and I am you. So there's nothing too good for you, nothing too good for me, and we got to go through this together, baby.
That's right.
We're going to hold each other's arms up. We're the Aaron and the Hur of each other.
We are Christian women and Christian men that you are marrying, so you need to know spiritual warfare is real.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Spiritual warfare is real, and they will use your children, they will use your mama, but when both of you know that this is between me and you, and they don't have nothing to do with it, even if God had to cause whatever, but you begin to learn, because God is gonna back y'all up. He's gonna back y'all up. But as long as, like Latanya said, cleave to each other. Cleave to each other through the good, through the bad. Because guess what? After you go through the good and the bad, then it's smooth sailing. Then it's like whatever.
Vows mean something. They didn't put those vows in for nothing. They said for richer, for poor. Good, and
I don't know about y'all, but I feel like this a whole lot of that. Y'all see me? I ain't never been this quiet.
You know what, Makita, though? People want the better, but they don't want the worse.
Yeah.
There you go.
Do y'all get it? Worse is worse as it gets.
Good one.
This is good, because it's like the way y'all women speaking. Y'all manifesting us single women some husbands. Like, look, when you get married and when he do this and he do, I'm like, oh, okay.
I want to
go ahead, Manisha.
To the single women that's still in waiting that I talked about in my chapter, which was communication. Be open and communicate with each other. That's very important, because if you don't communicate, then you don't know each other wants or needs, or how to, be there for your spouse. So no matter of how it may feel or how you're struggling, you're going to get past all of that, but you have to be open and communicate. I went into my marriage, my second marriage, with open and honesty. And I learned that, from being married before and divorced. So I took a different path, a different journey in my second marriage. And one thing that is very important in my marriage to me and my spouse is to communicate and be open and talk about each other's feelings. And even if you're not okay, say you're not okay, so that you and your spouse can always be on one accord together. Because if you don't communicate, that's when the disconnection starts. So to you women that's in waiting, always be open, communicate, even if it hurts or how you feel. Don't hold it inside of you. You have to be real with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself as a woman before anything, because as women, we have gone through a lot. Not before we were even born, women were going through a lot with men. And I have studied so much of my ancestors and the things, the backgrounds behind what women go through and our rights and things that we had to fight for. Now I feel like this 2020, this is the most I've been vocal and open and talking, not just to my husband, but in general to people. Communication is the key. But in marriage, if you could communicate together, be open with each other, keep God first, and let God do it for you, you will have a successful marriage. Always keep God first, and them hard times, lean and trust in God. and he will see your path straight.
My goodness. So I don't know about y'all out there in the audience world, but y'all need to get this book.
Yes.
Right.
Each one of the authors will have a book. Well, might as well say they got a book because I'm doing drop-offs and pickups and all kinds of stuff starting tomorrow. So
Yes.
the book is ready. The book is ready and printed. It's here. So get with one of these authors and get you a copy of this book. I'm telling you, it's gonna bless you. It's going to bless you. And like Tamika said, even the men can read this book.
Yes.
Because maybe
I
then you'll understand
that.
us.
I really love that her husband did take time out
Yeah.
and read the book. That shows that he's interested in what his wife is doing and what the story that his wife is telling. Any man that's gonna go get the book before you even put the book out there, honey, he is a keeper and he loves you and he cares about everything that you are doing in your life today. God bless you and your soulmate.
Yes.
I'm telling y'all, get this book. Get this book. The book is the protector, provider, my husband, my king. I'll wait. We have women that waited for their king. No matter if it was 10 days or 10 years, they've waited, right? And they can tell the stories. As you can see here on this broadcast, we are from all kinds of different backgrounds.
Yes.
But we have the one thing in common. We got more than that. But the one thing we got today is being a wife in waiting.
Yes.
And I really want to thank you all. I want to thank you. Thank you. Get the book, guys. Get the book. Get with any of the authors. They have copies on them. They will mail them out. However it goes, I promise you. Get the book. Get the book. So I want to say congratulations to each and every one of you. We have now launched our first collaboration. Each and every one of you. I really thank you for trusting me with your stories. I thank you for trusting the Invisible Daughter LLC to publish this book with you. It's never about me. I absolutely love each and every one of you because you didn't have to be in this book, right? You could have been anywhere doing anything like they say on Sunday. You could have been doing anything, but you chose to be in this book and tell your story.
Yes.
I absolutely appreciate that. The truths that are in this story, not were in it, but the truths are so fabulous.
Yes.
And it gives you a sense of, wow, I know her. So when you see her on the street, you be like, I know you. Let me tell you about your story, girl. So I want you guys to get the book. Get the book. Get the book. Get the book. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. Any last words, ladies, before we get off of here? And
congratulations to you, Makita.
Congratulations
to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And we
I appreciate that.
We need to get together after this whole COVID stuff is.
Absolutely. I want to
come on to Milwaukee so I could feed y'all.
Right. Listen, I already was like, I got family there. I hope she knows.
A women's retreat for wives in waiting.
Okay.
All right.
I believe they need it.
Yes.
I need a retreat.
I think I'm playing.
Yes.
I wanted to get some tea. Because, honey, y'all was giving all the good tea.
Let's get this started.
So I would love, we'll talk about it, but that is the plan. I don't want it to just be a book. And I'm telling you in front of the world, I don't want it to be a book and now we done wrote this book and now we separate. No, ma'am.
Right.
We are stuck together like glue from here on out now. And we need to help other people. That's the whole reason we write books. That's the whole reason we're here. That's the whole reason we went through what we went through. It wasn't even for us. It's for the next person. So let's help her. Let's help her through. I can help as a single woman. You can help as a married woman, as a divorced woman, a new relationship. Baby, you just said he told you some stuff. We're going to help these men too.
That's right.
That's a whole nother level. But I really want to get together and do a Wives in Waiting retreat where we are the founders of that, right? And just say thank you, right? To the women that has bought the book, they may have questions. I can see us now sitting around the campfire talking about all these questions.
Right.
Yes.
And eating real good. Because let me tell y'all, we went on a retreat in 2019, baby, and I had breakfast cooking. I had coffee in the morning when I woke up. It was amazing.
Great.
So I just want to thank you guys. I really do. But any last words and tell people how they can get in touch with you really quick so we can get off of here. But I love you guys.
Okay, my name is Manisha Holiday. Again, you can follow me on Facebook at Manisha Victorious Holiday, Instagram Queen M Holiday, and my website is www.manishaholiday.com. Thank you.
Hey.
Yes.
Go ahead, Marlene.
I'm Latanya Willette.
Oh, go ahead. Y'all do your own thing.
Okay, Latanya Willette. I'm on Facebook under Latanya Willette. You can catch me on Instagram under Latanya BW, Twitter Latanya BW, Cash App is Latanya211, and my email is LatanyaWillette@yahoo.com.
Marlena.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, girl.
My bad. Marlena Little. Facebook, I'm Marlena Little. Instagram, My Eyes Apple. And Twitter, I am She Speaks EDD. And be looking out because I will be launching my website because I will be continuing this journey of writing and moving forward. And it will be She Speaks EDD, www.shespeaksedd.com.
Awesome.
I am Adar Rawlings. You can find me on Facebook under Adar Rawlings. If you want to purchase the book from me, Cash App, PayPal, or Zelle is Adar Rawlings. Instagram is Adar Rawlings. Twitter is Adar Rawlings. Email, though, is adaeats@adar.com. But also, one last thing I do want to throw out there, Pure Royalty, LLC.
Yeah.
I'm also a ghostwriter. So anybody out there that's been thinking about writing, Makita's doing a lot of other books that she's looking for other co-authors on. I am a ghostwriter. You can either inbox me on Facebook or get up with my business, Pure Royalty. 262, the area code of Milwaukee, 262 pureroyalty@gmail.com.
All righty. I am Tamika Johnson. You can find me on Facebook under Tamika Johnson, Instagram Tamika.Johnson.10. However, I just launched my life coaching business, Grow Up Empowerment, life coaching in Germantown, Wisconsin. I do religious coaching, corporate coaching, couples coaching, single coaching, group coaching, whatever. My website is www.growupempowerment.com. And you can also find me on Instagram at growupempowerment.com and Facebook, Grow Up Empowerment Life Coaching. If you want to purchase the book, just inbox me on any one of those platforms.
Yay.
Yeah.
I am Nina Motivates, and you can find me everywhere, literally at Nina Motivates, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, everywhere, Nina Motivates. And my website is ninamotivates.info and or ninamotivates.com. Whichever one you type in, you're going to find me. And you can buy the book via Zelle, Cash App, PayPal, Square, whatever you need. Trust me, I got a way. You can mail it.
You ain't got no
And Nina Motivates everywhere. And ladies, I have to say thank each and every one of you all. I can't wait to go in the group after this and start, hey, I need to connect with you for this, and I need to connect with you for that. Allyourbomb.com.
Thank you.
I forgot to mention too, I just launched my YouTube channel for my life coaching. So subscribe to me and share. It's Grow Up on Purpose with Tamika Johnson on YouTube. And the same week that we actually launched this book, I launched my book, Grow Up on Purpose. You can find it on Amazon or order through me as well. And it's about eradicating negative thinking to find your purpose and your true happiness, which begins with you. So,
yay! See, these are some dope women. I'm telling you, these are some dope women. Read the book.
Yeah.
But book too. is all of their contact information. It's in their chapter. You get to learn a little bit more about them through their biography. It is all in the book. Get the book.
Yeah.
Ladies. Thank you, ladies. And thank you again. It's official. We are
Yeah.
We'll see you on next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.